Hey y'all, it's Joy, founder and CEO of Butterfly Dreams. So one of my favorite books, or I should say one of my staple books, and what I mean by staple books is these are books that I often come back to because they are staples or anchors in my life. So they have ideas or principles that guide the way that I live my life and go on my journey. And I have a few staple books, and one of them is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And I remember first off, all of the agreements resonate with me. But there's one in particular that when I read it, it was like a gut punch. It really made me face myself. And that was don't make assumptions. And I remember, I'm paraphrasing, but I remember it saying something like, we often make assumptions because we don't have the courage to ask the questions we really want to ask. And it's funny because I am a good communicator professionally. However, oftentimes I struggle with communicating in my personal life because I often avoid conflict, difficult conversations. It's not always something I want to deal with. And so that hit home for me because it was a issue of courage and having the courage to really address those complicated things in life, those difficult conversations, and being courageous enough to ask questions to myself and others and not operate in assumptions. And so that one is an agreement I often frequently check with myself to make sure that I'm honoring in my life. And so the 4 agreements, I could talk about the 4 agreements for like a long time. I will spare you. But I knew that this was a book and these were principles that I wanted to share with our interns and that I wanted them to talk about and grapple with their leadership coaches. And so I was really looking forward to hear what they thought about the agreements and which ones resonated with me. And so I want to share what a few of them said about the 4 agreements.
Hi, this is my 4 agreements video. And the most important agreement for me is being impeccable with your words. Because right now I'm working on a lot of things where I have to be able to talk to people and get my point across to get what I need and what I want and to get my ideas across. So I've learned that I have to be impeccable with what I say and understand what I'm saying and stick by what I'm saying and learn to kind of use my words to not only help myself but help others. And that's been a really big one with me, and I've kind of gone between all of them recently, but that's been my main one.
The agreement I most resonate with is always do your best. Sometimes I compare myself with others even though I know I shouldn't. I wonder, why am I not as good as them? Why am I not doing what they're doing? When this happens, I have to remind myself to focus on myself. I know what's more important is, am I doing my best? Am I putting all my effort in? And if those questions are yes, then that's all that matters. And those are the things that are going to lead me to success.
Hi, my name is Ruth, and out of the 4 agreements, I said the one that applies the most to me is always do your best, because I have the tendency to beat myself up when I don't accomplish what I want to achieve, but accepting the fact that I tried my best, I did what I could. So I say always do your best is what applies to me.
Hi everyone. So for our assignment, I picked the first agreement, which is be impeccable with your word. And I was actually struggling choosing between the first agreement and the second agreement because I really liked both of them. But I ended up choosing the first agreement because I feel like a lot of people tend to forget how much power our words have and how they have the power to do good, but they also have the power to do bad. And I feel like a lot of people just say what they're feeling and they tend to speak without thinking. I know I'm guilty of this sometimes. And I feel like you have to be careful with that because you could hurt another person's feelings like that. Even if you think you're just being honest with the person, you could actually really, really hurt their feelings. And you could end up affecting them. And I also feel that it's important to regard other people's feelings because sometimes someone will say something to someone, and even if they don't mean it in a negative way, it can stick with them for the rest of their life.
Hey y'all, so I really hope you all enjoyed those reflections as much as I did. If you are a member of our Cocoon Club, log into our community app. if you're not watching this video in our app, and download the 4 agreements along with the discussion questions or journaling questions, whatever you want to do with them. And if you aren't a member of the Cocoon Club and you're a woman and girl who wants to be a part of our online community, go to cocoonclub.org and learn more about us and join. Membership is free for 7th through 12th grade girls. All right, y'all, I'll see you next time. Have a powerful